Hello first graders, welcome to a new topic. Today we're going to start with topic 13, learning about time. So this is really fun topic. You will be learning a lot about time. So let's see what we have here. This is usually the fun paper that you start the topic with. You have few games here, like, tell you what to play and how many players and how to play it. And then we have some information about the topic that we're going to start with. So the new words, we have the hour hand. So hour hand, it's the hand, the short hand in your clock that shows points the hours. So now we can see it's 4 o'clock because this is my short hand, the blue one. That's mean I'm saying the hours first. Then the minute hand will be the usually the long hand, or like in this case the red hand that point to the minutes. So now it's 4:30. And schedule, this is also a new word we'll be using. Schedule is like you organize your routine. So this is the schedule. So at 8 o'clock you have your breakfast. At 8:30 you start your class. You're starting with math maybe, and then 10 o'clock you have your break, and then let's say 10:30 you're starting your language. So that's a schedule, and each schedule or each subject taking certain time. All right. Again, also we have here review of what you know. Circle the event that takes more time. So we have two events, like baking cookies and reading a book or writing a diary or something. So which one will take more time? Most probably the cooking, because preparation and baking will take more time. Over here, circle the event that takes less time. So if I wash my hands, maybe a minute and a half, but of course having fun and playing with the sands and building sandcastle will be taking 1 hour or even more. Then number 3, fill in the missing numbers in a pattern. So we know that we covered this before, pattern or skip count. So when I look at 0, 5, 10, 15, I will tell right away that it's skip counting by 5. All right, so this is the fun activity for our active learning sheets. Now let's start with the first lesson. So topic 13 and lesson 1, understanding the hour and the minutes hand. Remember, we said that short hand, the one that shows hour, long hand, the hand that shows the minutes. So I put few hours here. You can do whatever you like. So I'm going to say number 1 would be 3 o'clock. Number 2 would be 1 o'clock. Number 9 would be 3 o'clock. Number 4 would be 12 o'clock. Again, you can use what I put or you can use your own. And over here, what we need to do, we need to draw the hands that show the time I just put here. So 3 o'clock means that our hand will be pointing to 3 and the minute hand will be pointing to 12. Like here is 4 o'clock. So 3 o'clock, I'll be going, this is my short hand pointing to 3, and then the long one will be pointing to 12. If I use my clock here, I need 3 o'clock, so this is 3 o'clock. The short hand pointing to number 3, and then the long hand, the minute hand pointing to 12. So it's 3 o'clock. That's exactly what I put here. All right, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock means the short hand will be pointing to 1. That's the hour hand. And then the long hand, that would be the minute hand pointing to 12. So over here, if I want to do 1 o'clock, I have to go all the way. Make sure that our hand pointing to number 1 because it's 1 o'clock, and then the minute hand or the blue hand or the long hand will be pointing to 12. So like this, it's 1 o'clock. Our hand pointing to 1, the big number, and then the minute hand pointing to 12. We'll be learning later on that there are 60 minutes in each hour and there is 60 seconds in each minute, but we will cover this later on. So this is what we have now. All right, so now number 3, I said 9 o'clock. I chose 9 o'clock, so I know now the rules that our hand will be pointing to 9 because it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to draw the short hand, and then the mid hand, which is the longer one, will be pointing to 12 because it's 9 o'clock. All right, how about number 4, 12 o'clock? 12 o'clock. Let's see how 12 o'clock will look here before I draw it, and that will help you to understand and draw it. So this is 11 and this is 12. So 12 o'clock is, as you see, both hands on number 12. Minute hand, the long one, and the short hand, both will be on 12. So that's easy. 12 o'clock, I need to draw both of them pointing to number 12. One short and one long, and I can just make it like that. Show that arrow that this is the short and this is the long. All right, it's easy for you here because you have different colors. So you have red and the black, and in my example in my clock you have also 2 different colors, that red and blue. All right, let's turn the page and see what we have over there. The short hand is the hour hand. The hour hand points to the hour. The short hand, the hour hand, and the hour hand point to the hour. The long hand is the minute hand, and the minute hand, there are 60 minutes in an hour. 60 minutes. Do you see number 60 here? So let's count together. Let's first get, so 5, 10, 15, 20, skip count by 5, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So there's 60 minutes in the hour. I can also go by, 5 small, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you're counting each small dot as a minute. So either you can go by per minute, or you go skip counting by 5. So either you can count by 1, you count each dot, then there will be 60 dots, means 60 minutes, or skip counting by 5. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So 1 hour has 60 minutes. So there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. And I would like you to pay attention . I want to see if I'm having different time and I'm saying it's 2:30. So I'm gonna move my minute hand half circle. See, because all this is 1 hour. So when I go half, that's mean I'm going half an hour. And as you see the number here, 30. So now it's 2:30. If I continue the whole circle and minute hand continue for 60, that's mean continue 1 round, which is 1 hour, which is 60 minutes, and it's 3 o'clock. Did you pay attention to the hour hands? Again, look at the hour, we have the hour hand. So look at the hour hand now, it's 3 o'clock, and look at my minute hands. I'm moving the minute hands half circle, or half, because this is all circle, right? I'm just going halfway, which is 30 minutes. You can see that the hour hands move toward 4. So because it's not only 3 o'clock, it's 3 and little more. So 3 and 30 minutes, or half past 3. Half past 3. Then let me see what will happen. Can you watch the hour hand? If I continue 1 round, which is now the second half, and it's 60 minutes now, I have a whole hour. From 3 o'clock, now it's 4 o'clock. All right. Let's go for that guided practice. We have page 416. Write the time shown on each clock. So in this activity, you have the time shows over here with the hour hand and minute hand, and then we need to write the time. So the first one, I can see this is the hour hand, the short one, and the long one, minute hand, and I see the short pointing to 4, so it's 4 o'clock. Okay, first one is done. All right, second one, I can see the short hand pointing to 9 and the long hand pointing to 12. So it's 9 o'clock. Very good. Now, let's see, like if I have, let me use my clock to give you an idea, maybe clearer to see. Like this. See, our hand pointing to 3, the minute hand, the long one, pointing to 12, so it's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Let's go for number 4. Okay, 3:30, 4, 4:30, 5, 5:30, 6, 6:30, and now 7 o'clock. Our hand pointing to 7, minute hand pointing to 12, so 7 o'clock. That's number 4. And then we have our hand pointing to 5, minute hand, long one, pointing to 12, so it's 5 o'clock. And then number 6, again, I look at my hour hand pointing to number 8, and then a minute hand pointing to 12, so that's my time is 8 o'clock. All right, let's see, do you understand? Okay, how is the hour hand different from the minute hand? If you look here, how the hour hand is different than the minute hand? Well, we can see that the hour hand is shorter than the minute hand, yeah, and then the minute hand, and also the hour hand shorter and point to the hours, and then the minute hand longer and show me the points or point to the minutes. So try to write this answer in the small part over here. So we're going to say that the hour hands, as we see, we notice it's shorter and points to the hour. As we see here, shorter and point to the hour. But the minute hand, we can tell that the minute hand is longer. Very good. Is longer, and of course pointing to, yes, points to the minutes. That's the difference between the hour hands and the minutes hand. Our hands are shorter and point to hours, and then the minutes hand are longer and point to the minutes. All right. Again, let's just use the words and remember our hand. Go for hours, then minute hand that show minutes. We use the word hour, we use the word minutes, and then the word o'clock. All right, draw the hour and minute hands to show the time. So this is the opposite of here. Now you have the time, you need my point in the center, small dot. So this is how I'm gonna draw the minute hand and the hour hands over here. So 10 o'clock, all right, so this is my short hand, this is my hour hand pointing to 10, and then the minute hand or the longer hand, minute pointing to minutes. Okay, now we have 2 o'clock, again, short hand pointing to number 2, because it's 2 o'clock, and then longer hand, minutes hand pointing to 12 o'clock. Okay, number 11, hour hand pointing to 11, and then longer hands, minute hand pointing to 12. All right, 12 o'clock. This is exactly what we did before. Let's do it here. Just remind you, And when you look at it, you're gonna see 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30, oops, and then 12. So 12 o'clock, both hands, hours and minutes, pointing to 12. This is what I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw the small hand, which is pointing to hours. This is 12. And then the long one, also pointing to 12, which is minute hand. All right, 6 o'clock, easy. This is my hour, pointing to 6. So this is our hand, pointing to 6, and minutes hand, pointing to 12. So it's 6 o'clock now. And then number 12, 1 o'clock. So again, I'm gonna draw my short hand, the hour hand pointing to 1, and then the long hand, the minute hand pointing to 12. So that's 1 o'clock. All right, number 13, reasoning. Write the time that it's between. So we have 8 o'clock, and then something, and then 10 o'clock. All right, if I go show you, it would be easy. So first one is 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock is easy. I see short hand pointing to the hour, so it's 8 o'clock, and then the long hand, minute hand pointing to 12, so it's 8 o'clock. And then after that, let's see, one more round, which is one more hour, 60 minutes. What do we get? 9 o'clock. All right, so 9 o'clock. That's the time between. And then after 9, again, if I go one whole circle, which is 60 minutes, it's gonna be 10 o'clock. So it was 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. All right, let's turn the page and see page 418, number 14. Sarah wakes up at 7 o'clock. Draw the hands on the clock to show 7 o'clock. Nothing new, nothing hard. I know. Short hand, hour hand pointing to 7. And then minute hand or long hand point to 12. So it's 7 o'clock. All right. Number 15. Bill likes to read at 4 o'clock every day. Which clock shows the time Bill reads? So I'm looking for the clock that shows me 4 o'clock. So over here, this is the hour hand pointing to 3. So this is 3 o'clock. Now, B, section, choice B, I look for the minute, hour hand pointing to 5 and minute hand pointing to 12. That means this is 5 o'clock. I'm looking for 4 o'clock. All right, let's go for choice C. I can see that the hour hand pointing to 4 and the minutes hand pointing to 12. So this is mean 4 o'clock. What do I look for? That's what I'm looking for, 4 o'clock. So my choice is C. We circle C. All right, write 2 activities you like to do. Draw a clock for each activity to show what times you might do them. So this is going to be whatever you like. Let's say you like to eat breakfast at 7 or 8 o'clock. So you're going to draw the clock, choose 8 o'clock that you eat your breakfast. That's something you do. So 2 activities. So we're going to write here, for example, breakfast. We're gonna and then you're gonna draw your food, your cereal, your spoon, and then we draw our clock. So we need to put the hours, so 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 8 o'clock. This is 8 o'clock. Okay. Next activity, let's say you're playing football or reading a book. So let's say reading. I'm gonna say reading, and I'm gonna say reading at 10 o'clock. So I'm gonna put 10, and then I'm gonna write the word clock. And then over here, I'm gonna draw my clock. Put your numbers 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then put your center. 10 o'clock means your hour pointing to 10, and then the minutes pointing to 12. This is 10 o'clock. I read at 10 o'clock. This is how it shows 10 o'clock. And I eat breakfast at 8 o'clock. This is how it shows 8 o'clock. All right. So today's we cover a new topic. It's telling the time, and we learn that there is 60 minutes in each hour, and then we learn that there's two hands. We're using two hands for the time being. They're more than the seconds hand and all that, but today we're only gonna learn about hour hand and then the minutes hand. We learned that the hour hand is the short hand and it's point to hours, and then the minutes hand is the longer hand and point to minutes. And we know that there's 60 minutes in an hour. All right, so that was our new topic and the first lesson for our new topic. Also the words we cover: hour hand, minute hand, the word hour, minute, and o'clock. All right, that's it for today, first graders. Thank you. Bye-bye.